Hi guys, it's your favorite Los Angeles realtor, India Nicole, and I'm back with another important and also informative video for you guys today. And in this video, we're going to go over the 5 key facts of the FHA policy change that's due to take effect less than 2 months from now in May. So the first important fact, I'm just going to get right to it. The first important fact is, again, it does take effect May 25th, 2025. That's the first fact of when it takes effect, May 25th, 2025. And the policy change is any non-U.S. resident is no longer legally allowed to take out an FHA mortgage, okay? And I know what you're thinking, like, why would they take out a mortgage if they're not even here permanently anyways? That's what I thought, at least. But I guess people were doing it from all over the world. If they had, like, other family members that were here permanently, they're probably doing it for them, if they qualified, the whole nine. But to make a long story short, that's going to affect the housing market positively, negatively. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, you do now have to be a permanent U.S. resident to be able to take out an FHA mortgage. All right, most important fact number 2. So this applies to, again, like I just said, all FHA loans, right? So that includes the FHA Title II single family forward loans and also the home equity conversion mortgage program. So pretty much anything associated with an FHA loan, from like first time home buyers to people maybe like buying secondary homes, investments, things like that. Anything related to FHA loans, this takes effect with. So it's going to affect a lot of programs because there are actually a lot of programs that rely specifically on FHA loans. Important fact number 3. So verification for a person's residency is now required for all lenders. So what that means is if you're a lender and you're going off someone's, you're having someone fill out a mortgage application for yourself and they say, oh yes, I'm a U.S. citizen, and then they have a social security card, they're now wanting lenders or anyone else doing mortgages to verify the person's actual citizenship. A social security card is no longer going to be deemed enough proof. They now have to go outside of that to verify that person's citizenship. And how they're going to do that, I actually have to do some research about that because I thought those documents meant that you were a U.S. citizen, but I guess I was wrong. So that's probably going to be researched a little bit more further down. But yeah, so now verification of a person's citizenship has to be verified. And I'm assuming that's probably people who, like the lender is probably like, okay, well, this person, they haven't been in the U.S. that long. Let me just make sure that they actually are a citizen. I'm assuming that's how they're going to go about it. But of course, if you're a lender, you definitely need to go ahead and take heed and then find new ways to verify that. Important fact number 4, who are the eligible borrowers, right? So it's going to be, of course, U.S. citizens, any lawful permanent resident, and then also any, I believe they said like Pacific nation citizenships. Countries will be like, so for example, like people, of course, like, if you live in Puerto Rico, things like that. Of course, Puerto Rico, they're their own country, but they still, of course, are under the U.S. with a lot of things. So people who live in countries like that will also qualify for the FHA loan still, but it's just anyone who's not an authorized U.S. citizen from any other country would no longer be allowed to have the FHA mortgage. And last and probably the most important key fact. So what are the deadlines? And of course, if you heard the most important fact number 1, the deadline is going to be May 24th, 2025. So by then, any non-resident of the U.S., if they are under contract and have an official case number from a qualified lender for an FHA mortgage, they will remain eligible for an FHA mortgage if it's done before May 24th, 2025, and then they have an official case number and they're under contract. So if they just filled out an application on May 24th, but May 25th, nothing has happened from that, they would not qualify. So yeah, so if you guys know anyone, if you have any family that maybe is not officially a U.S. resident, but they were trying to buy a home within the next couple months, definitely reach out to me and, we can see what we can do as far as getting you under contract. I actually know a lot of great lenders that I work with, but anyone, again, who's kind of going through that right now, you have until May 24th to be under contract and have an official case number. If not, then unfortunately you would no longer qualify as of May 25th. But I hope this video was super informative for you guys, super important. This policy change I almost say it came out of nowhere, but it definitely is pretty surprising and kind of one of the more shocking things that's happening right now. But like I said, I guess we have to wait and see how this is going to affect the real estate industry and the mortgage industry as a whole. And I guess we'll find out. But until then, if you know anyone or if you need to buy or sell in the Southern California or Los Angeles area, definitely reach out to your girl, and my contact info is below. And please like and subscribe so I can go ahead and build my following up, build my page up. Definitely mean a lot, and I do follow back as well. So yeah, until then, happy selling.